My name is Margaret Lewis. I am 62 years old. I live in a small town near Manchester. My house is small but full of memories. I used to be a teacher. Teaching was my passion. I taught children how to read, how to write, and how to believe in themselves. But now I am retired. My husband, Peter, passed away 10 years ago. Since then, I have lived alone. I have 2 daughters, Anna and Lucy. Both are married and live in London. They are busy with their jobs and families. I understand this, but still, I miss them every day. Every morning, I wake up at 7. I boil water for tea. I toast some bread. I sit near the window with the newspaper. After breakfast, I water the flowers in my garden. Roses, tulips, daisies. My husband planted some of them before he died. When I touch the roses, I feel his presence. It is as if he is still beside me. Many mornings, I sit in the garden for hours, waiting for the phone to ring. I tell myself, maybe Anna will call today. Maybe Lucy will send me a message. But many days pass in silence. Only the sound of birds keeps me company. Last week was my birthday. I turned 62. The night before, I could not sleep. I thought, surely tomorrow will be special. My daughters will remember. Maybe they will even visit. In the morning, I cleaned the house carefully. I wore a nice dress. I baked a small cake for myself. I placed 2 cups on the table just in case someone came. I waited near the phone. I waited with hope in my heart. The hours passed slowly. The clock ticked. I looked at the phone again and again, but it was silent. At noon, I told myself, maybe they are busy in the morning. At 3, I thought, perhaps they are buying a gift. At 6, the sky turned dark, and so did my heart. By night, I sat in my chair with tears in my eyes. I whispered, maybe they forgot. Maybe I am no longer important. I felt invisible, like a shadow. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. I wiped my eyes quickly and opened it. Outside stood Emma, my young neighbor. She is only 14, with bright eyes and a big smile. She held a small box. "Happy birthday, Mrs. Lewis," she said cheerfully. "I baked cookies for you." I was surprised. My own daughters had not called, but this young girl remembered. I asked softly, "Emma, how did you know?" She smiled and said, "You told me last month. I wrote it in my notebook." I hugged her tightly. My heart became warm. I invited her inside. We drank tea together and ate the cookies. She told me about her school, her best friend, and her dream of becoming a writer. For the first time that day, I smiled. That night, after Emma left, I sat quietly. I thought to myself, family is not always blood. Sometimes love comes from unexpected places. Emma gave me more than cookies. She gave me kindness and company. The next morning, Anna finally called. She said quickly, "Oh, Mother, I am so sorry. Work was busy. Happy late birthday." I said kindly, "Thank you, Anna. Don't worry." But inside, I knew something had changed. I could not always wait for others to make me happy. That week, Emma visited again. She brought a book. "Let's read together," she said. And so we did. She read loudly, and I corrected her pronunciation. She laughed at her mistakes. It reminded me of my teaching days. My heart felt alive again. Days turned into weeks. Emma came regularly. We baked cakes together. We planted flowers. We even watched old movies. She called me Grandmom Margaret, and I called her my little sunshine. Her parents visited too. They said, "Thank you for being kind to Emma. She loves spending time with you." I smiled and replied, "No, thank you. Emma has given me back my life." Months passed. My daughter still called sometimes, but I no longer waited with an empty heart. Emma and I planned for Christmas. She said, "This year we will not be lonely. We will celebrate together." One evening, I sat by the window, remembering my past. I thought about my husband, Peter, about raising Anna and Lucy. I wondered why they forgot so easily. But then I told myself, love is not about perfection. Life always gives us a second chance. One day, Emma asked, "Grandma, do you feel angry at your daughters?" I said, "No, my dear, I only feel sad sometimes. But I forgive them. People forget. What matters is the love we give." Emma looked at me and said, "When I grow up, I will never forget the people I love." I touched her hand and whispered, "Promise me that, Emma." She laughed and promised. Now my days are different. I still wake up early. I still water the garden. But I wait for Emma's knock on the door. I wait for her laughter and her stories. She has become part of my family. I am no longer invisible. That birthday, which I thought would be the saddest day of my life, became the day I found a granddaughter. Life surprised me. Life gave me hope. And you, dear listener? What about you? If you were Emma, would you visit an old neighbor who lives alone? If you were Anna or Lucy, would you forget your mother's birthday?